Language can state a fact, I am sad, but poetry does something more difficult. It makes you feel the sadness. It achieves this with imagery, turning abstract ideas into something you can touch or see. A poet doesn't just say, I am lonely. They say, I am a single lighthouse on a coast of cold stones. Suddenly, you feel the isolation. The simplest tools are comparisons. A simile says something is like something else. Her heart was like a drum. But a metaphor is more forceful. It states one thing is another. Time is a thief. It merges the two, forcing you to view time through that lens. Poets also breathe life into the inanimate world through personification. The wind doesn't just blow, it whispers through the trees. An alarm clock doesn't ring, it screams at you to wake up. This gives our environment a mood. But the true craft is engaging all five senses. We often stop with sight, but what about the auditory, the rhythmic ticking of the heater, or the olfactory, the sharp metallic scent of rain on hot pavement? What about the taste of bitter, chalky dust, or the tactile feel of a rough sandpaper lick from a kitten? By layering these sensations, poets build a 360-degree world that feels physically present. These aren't just tricks for English class. They're how we make sense of our lives. When you say you're at a crossroads or you stumbled into love, you're using poetic imagery. By mastering these tools, you learn to pay closer attention. A rainy day is no longer just wet. It's a gray blanket, a soft weeping, or a cleansing baptism. Don't just tell someone what happened. Show them the colors, sounds, and metaphors of your reality.